Okay, I want to start this off by being as completely honest with the audience as I possibly can. Last night, and I'm not even exaggerating, I experienced one of the best nights of television I've experienced in a long. It's been a while since it was like banger after banger. It's been a minute, and it was like that last week. I just didn't tell you. Well, it was like that last week, but we'll get into Invincible in the next video. But it was like that last week because I thought the episode 6 of Invincible was peak. So it was kind of like but last night I couldn't even like record after that. Like after watching The Boys and Invincible peak after peak, I had to sit in it. Like I had to dwell in just the greatness. I was just like, this is awe inspiring. This is what you call peak television. Chef's fucking kiss. Jeff Bezos, you ain't shit. But thank God you got millions of dollars so creatives can make this amazing shit, because they're going crazy. I am Savvy Mike, and this is Savvy Reviews, and well, this is my official review of episode 3 of The Boys. Now, if you don't know, over here at Savvy Reviews, whenever I'm talking about TV, I try not to spoil movies, but whenever I talk about a TV show, I have to spoil it, because this video would be 2 minutes, 3 minutes long. It just be me telling you how I felt and then the end of it. So for the sake of, adding some meat to the bone, I have to spoil it. So if you don't want any Boys spoilers, at least over here, I would suggest and advise you do some homework and you go watch this damn show, because I am not exaggerating when I say The Boys is the greatest superhero show of all time, hands down. Put it against anything. It's the greatest. It's one of the greatest television shows ever. Like, period. Fuck superhero, just period. Point blank, end of story. One of the best television shows. So stop this. Stop watching this video. Get off of YouTube. Go to hell. I don't care how you look at it. Like I said, Jeff Bezos ain't shit, so you ain't got to give him money. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. You need to watch The Boys. Figure it out. It's a plethora of ways of figuring it out. Go figure it out. So I don't want to hear I'm broke. I can't watch this show. That is an excuse. There is a plethora of ways to look at this greatness. But either way, enough glazing. In episode 3 of The Boys, we basically pick up where we essentially left off, and not explaining. Well, we get the explanation as to why Soldier Boy is still alive. Apparently, he has V1 in him. So the virus can only affect people with the updated version of V in them, which is what Homelander and a majority of the suits have. Because V1, only 5 people were able to survive the V1 testing and whatnot. And Soldier Boy is one of them. So I'm sure we're going to learn more about that in the prequel show that they're doing of this. The Boys are doing like a Vault prequel show where it takes place during Soldier Boy's era, which, to be honest, while the season that Soldier Boy was like really prevalent, I believe that was season 3. I could be wrong. It wasn't last season. Yeah, it definitely wasn't last season. Because season 3 ended off with them fighting Homelander with Ryan, and then Butcher and Homelander teaming up to fight Soldier Boy. That's how season 3 ended. So yeah, it wasn't last season, but he was on ice, and so you were always wondering, so the nigga ain't dead. How come he can't die? Because he can't. He has V1. He's literally immortal. That's what we find out. Anybody who has V1 in their bloodstreams, they really don't age. Like they're basically the literal gods among these people in the Boys universe. So Homelander finds all of this out. He knows about the virus. He knows what's going on. And now he's like, I need this V1. I need it so I could step in my rightful place as a god. And I guess it's just going to come down to Soldier Boy and Homelander fucking each other up until who's top dog, who's the one. I guess that's how that's just going to go in Homelander's mind. Because while he brung his father back, and his father kind of is Soldier Boy's on his ass about it, because he's like, I know you sent me to Butcher just to see if he has the virus, if it works. Like, I know that's why you did that. But Homelander's trying to make it seem like, no, that's not why I did it. We're just like, come on, Homelander. And I'll say this much, in this episode, I understood what they were doing in those last 2 episodes as far as his insatiable need to want to be loved. I got it way more now. Like this episode kind of really explained all of that. So it wasn't, now it's not even a flaw to me. It's just like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. Homelander is Drake. Drake is Homelander. The insatiable need to want to be loved by people, and you don't want to have to, you will hurt and do whatever you want to get what you want, but you want to be loved because you feel like you're this amazing thing. But in this Homelander, especially in the beginning of this episode, he keeps getting reminded how he's worthless, how he's not shit. And this is my theory. I think we're not killing Homelander in this. I think he's going to lose his powers, and that he's going to kill himself, to be honest. Like that's going to, I'm what? He's like, I don't want to not be Homelander. I don't want to not be me. So it's either he gets the V1 and becomes immortal, or he loses his power. I don't think he dies. I think killing him would just be too easy. I think he should suffer, and they're really setting up how him not having powers, because that's all it's all he's kind of inebriated with. And that's all he keeps hearing from Soldier Boy. He heard him with A-Train when he was about to kill A-Train. A-Train was like, you're nothing, you're worthless. Like, this whole time I thought if I ran as fast as I could to get away from you, you would catch me. And that's not even true. Like, that's not, I outrun you. Like, you're not shit. And so Homelander's dealing with this in his head. He's dealing with it. He's going through it. And while there's other things happening, and we'll get to those things, a really weird but interesting scene happens that I couldn't wrap my head around. And I was just like, this, I want to say it's out of place, but it's not. And it's the scene where Homelander, he's kind of at this moment of just lowness. We've never really seen, like, he knows killing isn't going to fix this. He knows that, like, nothing he could come up with is going to work that's going to make people love him how he wants them to love him. And then that's when Madam Sitwell shows up as a fucking angel. She shows up as a fucking angel. Now, of course, this was some hallucination, because they kind of allude to it by the end of the scene that he was just looking at nothing. He was just hallucinating. But she basically tells him to, you know what you have to do. You want to be loved, you deserve to be loved. And the only way for that is to kill all the people that don't love you. You eradicate them, you get rid of them, and the ones that's left standing, they will be your people. They will look at you as God, as Jesus, and they will just have to deal with it. Honestly, a lot of similarities when I think about it with that last episode of Invincible that I just watched. It's a lot going on that's kind of similar between Homelander and Thrag, in a sense. Like, it's while Thrag is Thrag, and we'll get to Thrag in the next video, but I see the similarities in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? As far as just these powerful people that have thrones, but nobody to worship them. And so that eats them up. It's not, they can't just be, they thought being the most powerful person in the universe was enough, but what is that if there's no one to love you for it? Like, and that's why Homelander in a lot of ways reminds me of Drake. Drake's kind of the same. It's the same thing with him. Like, I want to be loved by culture and hip hop culture so much to the point that I'm gonna do whatever I can. And now I've become this big thing, and I still want to be loved by these, instead of just understanding who you are and going fuck them, which would be scary for Drake and Homelander. But at the end of the day, they have this need to want to be loved so much that they're gonna still do things and maneuver in different ways to try to get that worship. It's rather interesting, the things that the boys have made me think about. And that's just we're just talking about the first 10-15 minutes of this show, this episode. So while all that's going on with Homelander and Soldier Boy, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this was one of the funniest boys episode I've seen in a minute. Like, the jokes were just flying. Like, the shit was no holds barred. It was hilarious. I was dying. Like, it was the first 15-20 minute, and I was like, why am I laughing so much? This is just too good. And Soldier Boy was killing me. He had me on the ground in some points. I was like, what the fuck? This nigga's funny as hell. But regardless of it, we go back to what the boys are going through. Our boys, William Butcher, Mother's Milk, Frenchie, Kamiko, Huey, Starlight. And they basically found out that Soldier Boy lived. And so in finding that out and finding out that V1 is the reason that he lived, Butcher has to think of another plan. But of course, he's on his own mission at this point, and he's doing his own thing, which is the interesting thing that's happening with Butcher, because it's just kind of like Homelander created this person that truly is just becoming another him at this point. Whether it's kill all Supes by any means necessary, or kill anyone for the love of, so people could still love me, both of them have a lot of similarities. You can see the metaphors and all the analogies that's happening and going on, and what in a sense the writers are trying to do with this story. And while Kripke didn't write this one, it was written by somebody else and it was directed by somebody else who I assume is on the writers room and the director's team. It still was peak. Like, it still was directed beautifully. It still had pace. It still, the story was still unraveling. And that's what I was saying to myself. I was like, this episode did what in a lot of shows and in a lot of writers' room, they would have took 3 episodes to do all this stuff in one. Now, I get this is the last season, so it's kind of like we got to wrap it up quick. We can't kind of dwell on things. At the end of the day, I'm loving the pacing. I am. We're getting right to it. And so they realize that they have to figure out a way to find this V1 before Homelander gets it and he truly becomes immortal like Soldier Boy. And while the boys try to figure that out, Butcher has another plan in mind. And that plan involves a man that we see in the beginning of this. Involves 2 guys, actually. Well, no, it involves 1. But then we see another guy. I was like, is that Translucent? I thought that nigga was dead. I thought Translucent was dead. Come to find out it's his son. I was like, he had a kid? 2 just invisible niggas everywhere. That's not that's not fun. And Translucent was a dickhead. So this kid is anything like him. And we get some things between Huey and Translucent's kid. And like I said, Ryan shows back up, which is Homelander's kid. And Butcher, I guess he's thinking to himself, if I go find Ryan, I can get Ryan to get in front of Homelander and we can finish this. And so that's the plan. Butcher's like, I'm about to go figure out a way. Y'all go figure out where the V1 at. I'm about to figure out a way to expedite this and get this over with. I'm just not going to tell you. And so while they do that, Starlight says, you know what? I know somebody. And they go to Stan Edgar. Giancarlo Esposito pops back up. And I was wondering, I was saying, the last 2 episodes we had watched, and I don't know if I said this in the review, I was wondering where Ryan was. I was like, where Ryan? Oh, Ryan is trying to stay away from Homelander. He's just trying to stay off the grid. And he's trying to stay away from Homelander and Butcher, because being around either one of them is just really bad for him. So he's trying to stay away. And so whole time Ryan was doing that, and I guess growing some camaraderie with Stan Edgar and Victoria Newman's, her child is Zoe. She's of course with Edgar. That's his granddaughter. So of course they think that her daddy dead. Well, Stan Edgar know he not dead, but Zoe thinks that her dad is dead and Butcher killed him. Butcher killed the dad, or not even Butcher killed him. Homelander killed the dad, and she knows Butcher killed her mom, I guess, in a sense. But who knows? Or maybe Butcher, I think it was Butcher too. I think they told Translucent's kid that Homelander killed his dad, and Huey was feeling guilty about that. That's not true. And through the episode, you kind of see him try to work that out, in a sense. And yeah, a lot of meat on this bone. There's a lot happened in this 1 hour episode. A lot happened, but that's good. I'm glad a lot happened. Okay. Either way, they go find Stan Edgar. They start looking through files to figure out where the V1 is. And so while they're doing that, they're kind of in state. It was a bit of a lull in this part right here in this moment when they were looking through this stuff and Huey was talking to Translucent's kid. And while it was all poignant to me and it was all tense still, because it's just like, damn, what's gonna happen when the kid finds out that you and Butcher murdered that nigga? But it's just like, damn, why does this kid think his dad was a hero? His dad wasn't a hero. His dad was one of the biggest dickheads on the 7. Like, Stan Edgar didn't at least tell him that. Like, your dad wasn't shit, right? Like, you might think your dad was cool, but he was a horrible person. I guess not. I guess we just forgot to tell him that. But either way, this kid is like, yeah, I want to translucent this kid at least. He wants to kill Homelander because he thinks Homelander killed his dad. But we'll get back to that in a moment. I want to bring up this part that I don't think most people are bringing up in their reviews when they talk about this. There's this part in this show where Stan Edgar and Mother Milk, they light up some cigars and they start smoking. And they just start having what we call R&T. And if you don't know what R&T is, it's real nigga talk. And Stan Edgar basically lay it out flat for Mother's Milk. He's like, look, one thing that's going to always be certain in this world is profit and loss. And whether you kill Homelander, it's just and stop Vault, you don't think it's going to be another corporation just to take their place, just to do what they were doing? Because why? Money needs to be made. At the end of the day, this is still, always and forever will be about the almighty dollar in a lot of sense and ways. And Mother Milk's hear all that and go, wait, you're planning on, after we kill Homelander, you're gonna basically continue to run Vault? And Stan Edgar, Giancarlo Esposito, one of the best actors in TV, period, point blank, end of story. I love seeing him whenever I see him on the show because he's like glue to me. Like if Giancarlo Esposito is there, I'm watching it because he's just that good. Either way, he gives him this look and he's just like, yeah, nigga, I'm definitely going to be running Vault after you kill Homelander. Why? Because it's money to be made. And if it's not me, then it's going to be somebody else. And Mother's Milk is like, well, I'll just be here to kill you if you do that. And at the end of the day, you can understand that. You can understand that difference in a capitalist and somebody who's an actual human from society and realizes what capitalism is doing to the actual people of the world. And while they might not see it because they're smoking their $500 cigars and living their large lives, people like Mother's Milk understands the reason that those type of corporations shouldn't exist. I was shocked that I was hearing this conversation in a show on Amazon. I was like, this is too meta. This is too fucking meta. Way too meta. Either way, things happen. Stan Edgar, he ends up back with Homelander. Homelander's hugging him at the end of this episode. Like, look, my prayers were answered. I needed a way to get to this V1, and I already know you know where it is, Stan. I know you know. So my prayers are answered. He's just happy that he has Edgar in his corner now, and he has to help him no matter what, because if he doesn't, then well, he's dead. And so Zoe ends up going back and finding out that her father's alive. And so they destroy all the virus. And Frenchie was about to, like, look, I can't let you leave. He was about to shoot him. But Kamiko stepped in front of him and was like, nah, let him go. Butcher shouldn't have lied in the first place, which I totally agree with. He should have just been upfront and honest. But Butcher's mindset is so focused on killing Homelander by any means necessary that, well, even if I have to sacrifice his kid, because that's what ends up happening. Butcher ends up running into Ryan. He ends up saying, hey, Ryan, I have a way to kill Homelander, but I need you to be the reason that, I need you to be the one who fishes him out in a sense, kind of. And we could drop this virus and then boom, he's dead. Now you're going to die. I'm going to die, but we'll go out together and killing him will save the world in a sense. And while Ryan's having a dilemma about it in a sense, he understands how evil his fucking father is. So he's just like, I guess, let's do it. Takes a drink, a pint of the drink, and then they go back to get the virus. And then Ryan finds out the Butcher was just, using him, because that's what Butcher does. And Butcher tells him, look, yeah, come on now. What did you expect? I'm trying to kill Homelander by any means necessary, even if that means fucking over the people that I care about. And so Ryan says, okay, cool. Fuck it, man. I'm taking matters into my own hands. And he, I guess, tells Homelander where he is. And Homelander pulls up. Ryan's there. Ryan asks him, did you sexually assault my mom? He was like, nah. Homelander, of course, is lying, saying it was consensual. Ryan can tell because he's just like, your heart is beating fast as fuck, nigga. I've never heard you. He's like, well, it's beating fast because, Homelander tries to talk himself out of it. But that doesn't happen, no. They end up scrapping. Ryan and Homelander end up fighting. And while Homelander was indeed like holding back in a sense, because he was trying to talk to him. He was trying to like, Ryan, chill. Like, bro, look, it was, doing his Homelander thing. Ryan's not hearing none of it because he know it's all bullshit. So he's just wailing on him, trying to beat up on him. Trying as much as he's not as strong as Homelander, no, but he's doing the best he can to show, hey, I got powers too, nigga. And so he punches him one good time, right? And Homelander bleeding from it. Homelander look, go, all right. And so Homelander picked this little nigga up and basically does the Omni-Man. Think, Mark. He just starts wailing on him. And you can see it in Homelander in a sense. Like, in a sense, he doesn't want to do it. In a sense, he's just like, why do I have to? He's like, Homelander is such a narcissist. He's so immune to accountability. He's looking at his own son like, why are you making me beat you to a pulp? Because you wanted to kill me over raping your mom. Like, he's a narcissist. He doesn't get it. He doesn't want to get it. And so he's just looking disappointed and sad that he has to fucking put his son down. At least try to. I don't know. Maybe Ryan, Ryan might be invincible. No title card. But regardless of it, we gotta get to the end of this. I've been talking. Look. There's so much greatness that happened in this. So much. Okay. After that happens, Butcher pulls up Orion, sees that he's still breathing. He doesn't get there in time enough to run into Homelander, but at least he gets there in time enough to probably at least try and save and help rehabilitate Ryan and get him back on his feet. And while that's going on, like I said, Deep brings Stan Edgar to Homelander. It was another interesting thing. The villains had pulled up to Stan Edgar's complex because I guess they had found out where they was at. And so the little pop chick that be popping the niggas from Gen V, who's one of Homelander's lackeys now, I guess, she walks in on Huey having a fight with Translucent's son, because they told Translucent's kid, Deep told Translucent's kid that Huey and Butcher killed them. And he did that. Look, Deep is a fucking liar, but he was telling the truth there. And so once Translucent's kid find that out, he's trying to kill Huey. So he finds Huey, ends up beating his ass. And so the chick walks in while Huey and Translucent are fighting. And she gets ready. She sees Huey and she gets ready to pop him. But before she could, like, I guess focus her attention on popping Huey, Starlight, like, runs in like, no. And so I guess she takes her off the bar in a sense and move her hand or something, I don't know. And so then she ended up popping Translucent's kid. And so Starlight thinks Huey just died, and she's just like, she feel like she's like, she sees dark now, and she just straight up just breaks the neck of the chick, I guess kills her. No more poppy chick, but yeah, straight up murders her, puts her down. And at that brief moment, she thought Huey was dead. And I kind of can understand why other people probably thought he was dead too. I kind of realized and figured once she walked in like that, and then the face the chick was making, like, oh, you made me miss. That's what kind of gave it away that Huey was probably not the one that she popped. And so, yeah. And so Starlight's like, I can't do this, because if I lose you, then I might become Homelander. She was like, I was better off doing this on my own. She flies away. Butcher's with Ryan. The boys are, I guess, gonna figure out a way to recreate this V so they can at least stop and kill Homelander, and they're gonna go get some V1 as well to see if they could test that out and give it to Kimiko and Starlight so they could be immortal. We gonna see. Either way, the ground is laid, the set is laid. This is a 30-minute review. This review is half as long as the fucking show, but it deserves it because this show is fucking amazing. I loved it, every part of it, every second of it. I loved what they're doing with it, with the story, with the plot, everything that's happening. My theories, I feel like I could speculate on the season, see where it's going, see what's going to happen. I will probably be one of those ones that will cry when this is over, because this is some peak television that I feel like we live in such a sensitive world that corporations wouldn't even now, like, they wouldn't greenlight a show like they did back then, because we weren't that sensitive, and then The Boys really wasn't that meta in the first season. And then the second season kind of really went full throttle with it. But I feel like they'd be too scared that we'd have a show like this that kind of depicts the world that we live in without superheroes. Just humans are this ass. So, who needs Homelander when you got Donald Trump, right? Either way, either fucking way. Regardless of it, I love the writing. Chef's kiss. I'm about to spend another 30 minutes talking about the other peak that I watched right after this. But this was peak. 5 out of 5. Every episode I've seen so far has been 5 out of 5. And I don't know what I'm going to do with no boys to look forward to anymore after this is over with. I've been hanging on with a thread with this. I'm like, oh, at least I have boys to watch soon, right? Yeah, that'll fix me. Hanging on like a thread. And now, unfortunately, we're coming to the end, to this amazingness, this peakness. I'm sorry. I had to spend 30 minutes glowing about this and talking about it and telling you about it. Show's too good. What do you want from me? Blame Eric Kripke. Blame Jeff Bezos. Blame these amazing performances from Anthony Starr and Carl Urban. Blame the poignantness and everything that the show has to say. And it doesn't just feel like a superhero show that's just a superhero show that we just watch with action and new problem of the week. And no, it actually has something to say. Like, it actually has a theme. It actually has a plot and somewhere to go with this plot. This is every week. This is what this is going to be. I'm just letting y'all know this now. Every week, you'll probably, especially if it stays good. If it stays this good, expect 30-minute videos on The Boys and me gloating and glazing The Boys, because it's one of the best television shows ever. It has landed in my top 10 television shows all time, dead or alive. Facts. Shows can't die, really. But top 10. I don't know where in the 10, but it's in there. This is some shit right here. Love it. Love The Boys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're still here. I don't know if we'll stay for this yap session. It's a really long yap session right here. But it was worth it. I've been pondering this ever since I watched it. And I cannot wait to watch the next episode. I wish I was like one of these established critics. Could have got 1 through 7. I don't know what I would have been able to do though. I've definitely been rewatching it every week. But I've been like, bro, send me the finale now. I've been pissed. But hey, either way. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I am Savvy Mike and this is Savvy Reviews. Peace.